Hello, everybody, and it's on the wrong... Oh, no.
Is this part of the trouble, then?
Maybe, because it's still on Kitty Cam.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to shut off the stream to switch it over to... because it will drop.
Doodles will be right back. Messages. Okay.
Well, it kind of sort of has come up, but not entirely. Maybe if I don't look at it, it will resolve itself and we'll just continue on.
Is this rather like the, hubs crashed 2 hours ago and I'm just going to put this error message back in the corner?
And pretend it doesn't exist. Yeah. That was Tor over at Pirate Games. So, Scholastic.
Yes. Time to continue pretending we're educated.
We're educated?
Don't tell them that.
Well, I hope everyone has had a wonderful day.
Oh, did you start YouTube?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So something has gone right.
Yes. I hope.
Don't look at me. I'm just a simple bun.
Yeah, we were kind of sad today. We ended up going over to a small get-together at a friend's house to wish another friend bon voyage because they're having to move back to their home country. It's sad, but at the same time, I really hope he does well.
And as I told him, I want to see him again.
Yes. And seriously, we're on social media. He should be able to track us down if he so wishes. And we can do likewise.
Keep your voice down. Okay, fine.
I am purposely not saying which country simply for privacy reasons.
Yep.
Genchet?
Oh, there are people off in the side aisles.
I have no interest in the short-sighted squabble over seat rankings. It is only natural people who try to take advantage of an unfortunate situation. Find a way to atone for the distortions of the truth and guide people back to the faith in a peaceful manner. This is what I will focus my efforts on. Le Boursoir?
Gramivoy can say what he pleases, yet it does not mean that it is the truth. In a state of confusion, even blatant lies can seem like rational thought to the desperate. Faith in the church must be restored not through word, but virtuous deed. Is that not what we seminarians should consider in determining the future?
Archcrobaden?
I am considering ways to alleviate animosity and unite the seminarians of the Scholastic. Yet it is a daunting task. It is always easier to fuel the flames than put the fire out, and there are some who are clearly provoking my peers.
Blaze? I'm sure you're wondering why I was staring at Thimocrescent. He's always seemed so confident, so I thought maybe I could learn from him. I don't really...
Are we talking about the same Theomos?
Remember, this is Blaze.
I know.
And yeah. I don't really have any outstanding talents, and I get discouraged easily. But when he's around, I feel more positive about what I can accomplish. That's because you have a crush on him!
You tell? And by the way, hi Octi.
Yes! Hello, Octi! It is true that Ula has signed the paperwork to formally withdraw from her studies, but knowing her passion for study of scripture, I feel something is amiss. Such a noise?
5 pupils who brought back the truants are no doubt vying for the highest marks. But it would seem the dormitory prefects came out on top this time.
Yes, welcome, Alistair! It's good to see you!
Hey, hi there, Iser.
I'm probably butchering names
So-
left and right. I apologize in
um,
advance.
I mean, it's a little off-season. The 3 songbirds won't be performing for quite a while,
Yeah, we just missed them.
which is where the glow stick emotes happen in game. More than meets her eye. Rarian glances at you, adjusting his spectacles.
Well, welcome! I'm glad you were able to find us. Work to Game is a great pair of guys. I'm glad I kind of lurk on their servers.
Yeah, very good. I need to pay attention to them someday. Rena, Ladonia, were you present when Kremavoy spoke with Ula?
So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to the Scholasticate.
And why did she instead decide to withdraw?
That is the question.
Kremavoy all but accused Bonden of having a hand in it, as well as the disappearance of this volume 11. Not more than slander spoken in anger, perhaps, but the situation does merit further investigation. We look forward to your results, Inspector. Mistress Frith, if I might have a word with you in private, pray meet me near the plaza in front of St. Raymond's Cathedral. As he walks right through me.
Because that's what he does.
Can tell?
Actually, that's what a lot of... Oh, I clicked out. Did she actually say something different?
Slightly. Whatever her reasons, it is our loss. Ula was an excellent student. And
Yep.
the rest should be the same.
Checking with Jen Chet just in case. Yeah, she's still the
Yep.
same. It's sad.
Yeah.
We started these characters when female Viera dropped, and we're
We're
just
brand
now
new.
getting through Heaven's Word Plus content. But we're enjoying
You're
the spectacle.
slowly catching up.
Well, it's a good thing of you can play this for maybe an hour to 2 hours once a week and still have an enjoyable time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we play more than that. These are alts, so
Yeah. These two only get to play out that often.
yeah.
But you... Well, this is where they're hiding. Hareband and Eorzea are truly impressive. If they were able to bring the most students back to the Scholasticate, they surely have a way with words. That I had such skill.
And Blaze looks up to you. Why?
Like I said, are you sure she's talking about the same one?
Yeah, leave the brash go-getter.
Theo can be so thick-headed sometimes. He doesn't realize that all those students Hareband and Eorzea are brought back will make our lives a living hell. At least Father Saturnoy understands the stakes. And the stakes are a cine. Thank you for coming, Mistresses Frith. You're already acquainted with my two best students, Theomosint and Lay? Yes, we are.
That's one way of putting it.
They have sought my counsel in their quest to obtain the Trinity seeds, and I have been more than willing to oblige them out of a desire to ensure that all students are given equal opportunity. I am not blind to the machinations of our highborn students, after all. I know not what Erkenbad and Le Brasseur have said to you, but I advise you to weigh it carefully. You witnessed their treatment of a fellow highborn student, did you not? Then it should come as no surprise that they regard their lowborn peers far more harshly, discriminating against them with whatever means at their disposal. Those two believe that less fortunate students lack the potential to become great clergymen. But if Theomosint and Lay can obtain the highest marks and secure their places within the Trinity through their hard work and virtue, then these misguided beliefs would be proved wrong. Even if we were to succeed, what difference would it make? Those who disagree will not be so easily swayed, and those who sympathize will be reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. You must find allies who are fearless, who do not flinch in the face of threats. Mistresses Frith, have you come across any who fit that description?
Cramfoy?
I thought so as well. He seems to treat everyone the same, and he defended Ula's honor at the assembly. A highborn lecher? Who skips out on sessions and can't even stay awake for the ones he attends? Theo, are you daft? If he did decide to help us, I wouldn't even want it. No need to dismiss him out of hand, Lay. As Theomosint said, he spoke out openly against Erkenband and Le Brasseur on behalf of Ula. He might be willing to do the same for you two. Absolutely not. I don't trust any of the highborn. Look, I will help with finding others, but you're on your own with Cramavoy. Very well. Mistresses Frith, will you accompany Theomosint? One cannot be too careful, especially with the rise in assaults on the clergy.
What? I get to punch something?
Only if someone is very unlucky.
Come on, be unlucky!
Thank you. I'm certain we can find him in the pillars, in his usual spot.
Renus sure has bloodthirsty fists.
I don't know that they thirst for blood so much as, like, dislocated teeth.
Maybe... I don't even like Monk as a class, but this girl, come on. She is happy when she is punching things.
So it would seem.
Ignoring new quests. Where
Aww.
is he? Oh, he's
Down.
down there. I went the wrong way. I'm sorry.
It's Ishgard. Every way is the wrong way.
Not as bad as the rabbit warren known as Old Daw.
Well, yeah. Old designed so that you have to pay people to find your way around.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's,
Her again?
Yeah, it's her again. That was so close. I'm not going to get anywhere at this rate.
No, you're not. As much as Alechi is, you're not getting anywhere with him today. While I appreciate a scholarly debate as much as anyone, your bespectacled friend does not seem to understand that this is neither the time nor the place.
Theo.
Thought he would be more receptive to my appeal, but instead he seems rather annoyed.
Yeah, you're screwing up his date. Can't you and your freckles see we're busy? Leave us be.
Freckles! You certainly have a way with words, my dear. She is quite right, you know. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Grandma, please, will you not help our cause? I believe us to be like-minded individuals, those who desire a new path for the church, one based on principles of... oh, so earnest and forthright. How adorable. I can hardly resist pinching those soft, supple cheeks. Uh-oh.
Oh, for the love of... Come, darling. Let us go somewhere where we can afford us privacy.
An offer I dare not refuse. Good luck with whatever it is you're about, Freckles. He's gone. No! I cannot give up. The future of the church depends on us. I was not given an opportunity to explain in full, so I will not leave his side until he hears me out.
No!
No!
You do not... Yeah, he does not. Innocent and oblivious to a fault.
Even more concerning is he might find his cheeks getting pinched. Wait.
No, that does not seem to be the case. Oh dear. Aren't we persistent? Well, if you value his life, I suggest you listen to me this time and leave us be.
Your fists ready? This is not what you think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's a mugging.
Theo?
Now, let's not get too hasty. I'm sure we can resolve this matter peacefully.
Agreed. So long as you don't try something stupid and give me cause to cut his throat.
Did I not tell you I was preoccupied? You there. Take Freckles and get out of here. Ow! Release him at once or I'll summon the watch. Don't you dare. The affairs of House Metigny are none of your concern. She demands recompense, and rightly so. If I must pay with my life, then so be it. I will not allow it. Oh, do not look so glum. If I must look upon your freckled face before I ascend to Heloni's halls, I would rather you favored me with a smile or some such. Father's sins are mine alone to bear now. Mine alone to answer for. Mayhap in death our house shall at last be redeemed. If it is recompense you desire, then you shall have it, but not with his life. The Fury forgives not those who kill their fellow man for wanton purpose. Permit him to address your grievances with coin, and you may have your justice without sin. Furthermore, I offer myself to you as a hostage in his place, that he might be free to secure sufficient ransom.
Are you sure that's wise?
There. Have you gone mad? I told you this is none of your... I will not abandon such a pious soul. one who shares my desire to make the world a better place.
Ooh, Theo grows a spine.
Not so different, Kremavoy. We have the chance to make amends for the sins of our fathers, to make Ishgard whole again. I cannot do it without you.
Oh, the quivering lip!
Yeah, did they used to have that?
Not as pronounced.
Okay. You really are something else. Making a bloody speech about changing the world at a time like this. I offer the wealth of House Matigny as ransom. If the lady agrees to these terms, then I will go and retrieve it at once. I'll take her silence as a yes. Now then, come. I've always wanted to tie someone up.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I can't believe I agreed to this. You'd better hope that no one walks this way, or else your friend will pay the price. Understand?
You need not worry about me. I promise I will not move an elm. I doubt you could anyway. We will have to travel to my family's old estates in the Western Highlands to retrieve your ransom. I presume you'll wait here until I return?
For now, but if you don't come back quickly, and with a great deal of money besides, this one's life is forfeit. Is that clear?
Quite. As for you, Freckles, do not do anything else reckless. Mistresses Frith, I must ask that you come with me. It would not do to go through all this trouble only to be waylaid by bandits on my way back. Let us make haste. If you're a bit short, I suppose I can throw in my bottle cap collection.
So off to the Highlands.
Mm-hmm.
Think I'll be able to punch something?
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
I know.
though are we really dressed for the Highlands?
Are we really dressed for Ishgard?
Point.
And I feel sorry for that poor sap there. Because he was working on his, I can't quite remember.
Ishgard relic tool.
Yeah. Because that's the only reason he'd be out crafting right where he was.
Yeah. Yeah. Even poor Eorzea looks a little frosted over. Poor girl. Here's Kremavoy.
I suppose you could go punch a wolf.
Might have
Forgive
to.
me. My family's fortune is buried not far from here, but I would rather retrieve it alone. Pray remain here a moment and keep watch for bandits and wild beasts.
Okie dokie.
I worry that he's going to do something stupid then try and ditch us, but where would he go? Feel better?
A little. They didn't last long enough. I need a better fight.
have what we came for. Now then, let us pray that Freckles is still alive and well.
And back to Ishgard. So... actually, it's a nice clear day.
Yes, it is. Fair skies. And
Yeah,
indeed
we
they
can
are.
see all the way across the zone.
Yeah. Which is not an inconsiderable distance here.
Nope. This is where the zones start to really get big, and oh man, have they gotten huge in Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
The emotion, you're okay.
Hasn't changed.
It's about time. I'm freezing and have a mind to skin this one to keep me warm. Now then, hand it over.
Here you are, the entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share it with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of House Matigny, I am truly sorry.
What did his house do?
And where is she going?
Far away from us.
Well, the pathway kind of ends right there. Theo! Fury forfend, what have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear, I'd leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in any danger, Lay. I prayed to the Fury, and by her hand was Kremavoy returned to me. I am terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folks' thirst for vengeance. Think nothing of it. I too lost my father, so if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. My father sought to curry favor with the Holy See, and so he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honor was his prize, but it was bought with the blood of his subjects, and eventually his own. The small folk had come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would surely have died with them. Our fortunes had grown poor following the calamity, you see, and since I was the youngest, father bid me leave to make my own way. So I enrolled in the Scholastic with hopes of becoming a bishop and to bring honor to myself and my house. Now, no, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you helped me to see that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally.
Yay! Allies
He's
are
even
good
dropped the name
things.
Well said, Kremovoy. Well said. Together, you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholastic Ed and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how we're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lay. Besides, we still have plenty of time to work something out. See, I knew he wouldn't take this seriously.
The infighting's already started.
Calm yourself, Lay, and keep an open mind. Now, let us return and discuss our next course of action.
But action isn't on tonight!
Who is? Oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Briardian was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. Yeah, she ran off this way. It's something of a jump.
Just a little. And back to the cathedral. Man, this place is really working those hero knees.
Mm-hmm. And, Doodles, I don't want to think about the rocket-propelled chocobo because it'd probably be propelled by meteors. Was Wilmot out here before?
Yes, she's always out there.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, Briardian.
There's well then, my associates, have you anything to report? Fisticuffs? A former subject of House Metigny demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Kremovoy's father. How fortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ula, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. The same must be said of the infamous Volume 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. Like the girl, it has vanished without a trace.
Didn't we return Volume 11?
The circumstances following these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenuous state of affairs to their advantage. But if so, then to what end? For 1,000 years, a sickness has ravaged our city. It has festered within the hearts and minds of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, but an altogether necessary one. Our role in that process is clear, to diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there are malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done. Stoic nods all around. The time of unrest when the light of truth was lost to the righteous, the children looked to one another for guidance that they might walk in her grace. And that's the end of part 1.
And back to school gets us a title, Special Advisor. Now, I guess that means we're back on the MSQ?
Yes. We have followed. We have finished 3.815. So, time for 3.2.
And here I thought we were avoiding MSQ like the plague. Seems to be our lot in life with these girls.
Yes, it does. But they seem to have run out of holidays on us.
Oh, it'll be back. August is like back-to-back holiday month.
Oh dear.
Hello, Blue Alice.
Much as I worry for the future of Ishgard, the fate of our missing friends concerns me even more. As it once was, Tataru is waiting to share good tidings with you and Alphino.
Alphino, Rena, Ladonia, I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding Vlahamin, Hareband, and Coltane.
Really? Has something happened?
No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems that once they learned that the Scion's good name has been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Lominsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being spied on?
Quite. But what wonderful news. To think our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Ah, Thancred and Kryl. What brings the two of you here? Kryl and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia.
And we may just have found the answer. Rena, Ladonia, when you two were playing Uldahl with Minfilia, you said that Heidelin spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect that it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Heidelin commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all quite hypothetical, but I propose that such an intervention, however subtle, may surely leave some residue trace. A lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of said ripples, of course, we will need suitable data.
Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Ladonia and Rena felled the Ultima weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Heidelin intervened to shield her from the magic I invoked. Kryl and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you? Alone? I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Kryl while the patrols pass. And if that fails, she can go all pictomancer on them?
Shh! Spoiler!
Oh. Besides, if you, Rena, and Ladonia come along, who will see to Vlahamin's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well, I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. To Ataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrades' return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Lumenson docks?
What journey to Limsa Lumensa coming up?
Then I shall see the 5 of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels.
Yeah, a slight spoiler
Anything on
talk.
the fly.
I can understand why they wanted Kryl to get Pictomancer, because she was really the only NPC that didn't have a real martial skill behind her.
Mhm.
But I am a little disappointed because what is Alphino's second calling?
Yeah. Having them change classes to that would be not. It would have been a great idea. The main problem, of course, is he changed class just the previous expansion.
Yeah, and
Now, if he was still had not done any class changes yet, it would have been perfect.
And honestly, if Kryl had been the sage, it would make more sense, because the outfit she's wearing right now is a version of the sage outfit from Tactics. So I think they kind of fumbled the ball a little there.
Yeah, well, if they had it to do all over again, knowing what they know now, they might do it that way. But of course, at the time,
Yeah, that
first of all, Alphino was a major NPC who had not had a class change.
Yep.
Whereas, of course, Alysae and Thancred and
Urianger.
Urianger had all been through class changes.
And Y'shtola.
And Y'shtola, yes.
Because Y'shtola originally was a conjurer.
So, obviously by that point it was kind of past due for Alphino. They couldn't know that they'd have an even better role for him in another expansion.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I agree. It would have, in many ways, been better that way, but they couldn't have known.
And Kryl was not a combat NPC at that point.
She wasn't up until the point that she got a combat class.
Yep. And of course, they weren't about to leave Alphino out of the story at that point.
No. Well, considering who all is centrally involved in parts of that story, you have to have them in there.
Yeah. Though I will also note...
You could have done it without changing his class, but he still had to be there.
And I've gone the wrong direction, like a derp! Derpy derp 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 derp.
Like a bunny did.
The mic did not pick that up, did it?
Not very well.
How can I make ditzy sounds if the mic immediately filters them out? It's no fair!
I know. It's like the mic is conspiring to make you sound intelligent or something.
Rena intelligence? Well, she does have the power of the oh god, what was it? The gauntlets of knowledge. Every time you pummel someone, you learn something new about them. Smack!
Yes.
You've lost a couple teeth. Smack! You have a glass jaw. Smack!
Yes. Yes. Wisdom through pugilation.
Yes. Second only through friendship through pugilation.
Yeah.
But yeah, character concept wise, having Alphino go Pictomancer and having her go, or Kryl go Sage would have been wiser, but it just didn't quite work story-wise.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think they could have made that work, even story-wise, if they'd known.
Yeah.
But it requires knowing that, oh, yeah, this will be our next class, and this is going to be the next NPC we're going to do a class change on.
It would also require Kryl to be a combat NPC, which she was not.
Yeah, they would have to make her much more central to the previous expansion. On the other hand, I have to say I am very, very happy that she has become a combat NPC.
Yes. Yes.
She
I
has
agree.
deserved it.
Well, someone has to take over for Papalimo.
Spoilers!
Yeah, spoilers, sorry. That was my bad.
Yes.
But she helps round out the Lalafell quota.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Tataru is not going to be filling in for combat NPC on the Lalafell end.
No.
We've seen what happens when she tries.
Yeah. Though that's also a spoiler. Not as much, but yeah.
Has her summoning career not happened yet?
No, we've gotten her try and take Summoner and decide she failed at it because her carbuncle ran away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the last we've seen.
Yes.
That's not the only
last
thing
I
we've
remember.
seen.
Okay, but that's the main one. That's what I was really talking about. We've seen what happens when she tries to be a combat NPC. Her carbuncle runs away on her.
Yes.
We also haven't seen, because they cut it, what happens when she tries to be a gathering NPC.
Yeah, they took out
Chase
her. They took out her entire mining arc with the marble.
Yeah,
which was
during
funny.
the period between AAR and Heaven's Word, there's an entire bit where she's trying to raise more money for the Scions, and she takes up various jobs and things. And at one point, she tries mining. And yeah, they have this hilarious scene that I still have a screenshot of. Yes. And I still have this screenshot of her basically running full tilt with a marble after her in Mordona.
Yeah, it also cuts her brief stint as a old street performer.
Yeah, I knew there was a few other things, but of course, mining is the main one.
Look at who we got here. Hello, Hori. Long time no see.
Is that? By the gods, it is you! Well met, Ladonia Rana. Well...
Coltene?
If it isn't Rana and Ladonia Freth. Really? You didn't have to come all this way just for us.
Yes, we did. And
Yes,
we did.
The quest told us to.
Oh, Rena, Ladonia, how have you been? Come here. Let me take a good look at you. Oh, thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you two every day.
We could have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hanish vessel. It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we, Coltonay? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did.
We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. Oh dear. Yeah, she's
We're
still
working
missing.
on it.
What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen?
Let is not the right word.
Forgive me. I'm sure you are doing everything in your power to find her. And Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me. And he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime.
For certainty, there is much and more to be done. The braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit. To the Scions and to a long overdue reunion. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones. Why are you going this way when the Rising Stones is the other way?
Well, technically, the direction they're going in is more or less directly towards Rising Stones, but yeah, the ferry's the other way.
Maybe they're thinking about taking the airship.
Okay.
They covered his eye that was originally mismatched.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Nope, it's still mismatched.
The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you've favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
You've lost this one, boy.
I see now where Alphino gets it from.
And I'm starting to wonder if she really isn't a combat NPC
but
at
not
this
in
point.
the way you think. 15 years passed when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every Scion's. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, Let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Remote-operated keypad.
Lalafell magic.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs footstools when you have Lalafell magic? But that little speech is why a lot of the fan base has started calling Thancred Dad Cred.
Well, it's more for what comes later.
But yeah,
But
this is
really
where it
does
starts.
set things up.
And of course, the
Where
Toper
was
sheets. I was going to the airship, but we could go this way.
I mean, you pick on them for not turning around and going to the ferry, and then you start running.
Sorry.
But the torpor.
That's a reference to the fact that the Isle of Baldessi has disappeared.
Yeah.
And that becomes side content later, which we will be promptly
Roundly
skipping.
Not promptly skipping, roundly skipping.
Yeah,
Maybe even squarely.
even our mains have never finished that, and kind of have no desire to, even though it does actually have a
desire to.
a decent story to it.
Yeah. I desire to finish it. I desire to see the end of it. I don't necessarily desire to go through the process of doing that.
Yeah, they're talking about putting another field expedition in for Dawn Trail, and I'm like, I'm just gonna skip it.
I'll take a look at what it's like. They do try to fix things. They'll probably try. We'll see how good, bad, or indifferent it is.
Well, the problem
But I hope they do something else.
The problem I have with the field expeditions is I have yet to go on one where at some point I wasn't harassed by someone else in the player base. There's just something about how they're constructed that it encourages, I don't know, selfishness?
Yeah.
Competition.
And that's why I say, this is a type, part of what they, that's the kind of thing that they do try to fix in later iterations. So if they do one, we'll take a look, see if it is meaningfully different in how it's put together. But yeah, I kind of hope they do something else instead.
Because
I hold a lot of hope for that.
I do not want another incident like I had to deal with the last quote-unquote dungeon in Bosja/Zadnor. Though if something like that does happen, I will be faster on the report button.
Yeah.
I mean, I am glad I finished that content. Well, almost finished it. We finished it story-wise. There's a couple more things in there that we hadn't completed. And it does give you some lore, but though I will freely admit, Delibrum Regine was a nice break from things. I know you didn't care for it as much. I rather enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are very divisive content. There are people who were begging and adore it, and there are other people who are vehemently opposed to it, and there's very little in between. Part of it is that it's a serious grind.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, part of it is there's a certain amount of grinding resource competition.
Yeah.
And it tends to
And
bring...
the salt comes out.
Yeah, and it tends to bring out the exact type of players that FF14 tries very hard not to,
Which is why I'm saying,
promote.
if they do it, we take a look at what they've done, because it is the type of thing where they'd be trying to fix it a bit.
Holton it?
Home at last, I must make my rounds and see who remains. Ah, it's great to be back in the toll. It even smells like adventure. Yeah, that's kind of the oily aether sheen, which isn't so present at the moment.
Yeah, we got a nice starry sky tonight. I bet you the Crystal Tower looks fab. It feels so good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors. Friends and family for whom we've shared so much. God help me, but when I get older, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting.
Wonder.
Oh God, they're staring at us again.
Yes. Do we want to get more quests to ignore?
Yeah, let's start with...
A Song of Steam and Steel. Wandering Minstrel wishes to hear all about how you raged against the machine. The whispering winds bear tales of an adventure's daring do unto mine insatiable ears. But one episode in particular whetted mine appetite. Did you perchance encounter a colossus of steam and steel in Eorzea? Ah, so it is true. Pray speak on then, friends. I would hear more of your trials and tribulations within the towering automaton.
Well, it was big, and it was metal, and it was full of gobbies.
A god born of goblin prayer, a citadel upon legs whose very life spelled death to all without. How marvelous! My muse stirs at the mention of such wonders, and moves me to song. Hearken now into your own tale, brave heroes. O friends far and near, I challenge you all to think of a marvel so strange or so tall, a steely-skinned giant whose veins coursed with steam, in whose bright burnished bosom foul goblins did scheme. A heaven to they who therein did dwell, but one whose mere being made all else a hell. Forsooth he could not dwell be left to abide, and so into this huge hand a hero did stride, and battled through legions to reach his hard heart, conspiring at last to rend it apart. His core being no more, the giant fell still, though the goblins remained there to plot for their ill. Ah, my muse has left me. But tell me true, did I capture the essence of your journey? Well, a poet must change one or two details for dramatic effect. A ballad should rouse its audience, not send them to sleep, after all. Pray accept my humble verse into your heart. Songs give the listener fresh eyes to see, and mayhap mine own will allow you to look upon your deeds anew.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put this into the ignore pile. Let's see.
Yeah, this was the raid series that broke the player base. It was considered too hard, and it caused most statics to implode.
Thoradin's Reign.
No.
Alexander?
Alexander.
Really?
Savage Alexander, yes. Particularly Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
The Living Liquid.
Ah. Thoradin's Reign. Alice is casting pained glances at one of her regulars.
Greetings, Rena, Ladonia. Yon bard has been gazing forlornly at the door for days, awaiting for your return to the seventh heaven. Pray, be so kind to us, indulge the suffering fool, and favor him with one of your epic tales.
We just did!
It seems his inspiration has run dry once more, and only a draft of your most excellent adventuring vintage will sate his creative thirst.
We just did! Fine. Ladonia, Rena, at last. We were just here! In muted agony have I lingered, longing to hear the heroes themselves speak of their epic deeds in Ishgard and beyond. The frozen tundra you braved, and into the vault of the heavens you ascended. To a sacred peak, both temple and tomb. To a ruined city reborn and resettled. To a citadel of the ancients you ventured, parting the misty veil of millennia. The journey made by you and your companions has made its mark upon the stars, and I would hear the tale in its entirety. Your words have worked a miracle upon my melancholy heart. New verses rise unbidden and threaten to spill from my lips. My harp! I must have my harp! Quick, steal his harp. We're gonna get another headache.
Always.
The song of war twixt worm and man some 1,000 years ago began, and when mortals grasped for godly might, defaming name of king and knight. And Az's law for woe or weal did holy will meet righteous steel, and thence was high divinity compelled by light to bend the knee. So he's saying Thoradin took the knee? What say you? Have I captured the spirit of your triumph? Pray forgive any small liberties I may have taken with the details. One cannot evoke the proper picture of your glory without a certain measure of embellishment. Yeah, we're not likely doing that anytime soon.
No. No.
What level were we when we two-manned it?
I think we were in Stormblood?
Yeah,
Like top of Stormblood?
maybe.
Oh,
Well,
we've got the whole crew here.
well, this will be the rest of tonight.
Vamatia,
Is that Lady Flahaman I've heard so much about? Well, well, I shall have to introduce myself.
oh, I just noticed this Makode lady trying to spy on Vamatia and
Yes.
company.
Yes.
And oh, I see. She and the Elzen warrior and the Makode caster and the Lalafell, they were at the Steps of Faith and part of that crew. And we kind of see them again, though these girls won't, with the Ishgard restoration. Let's see who else is here. We've got the Domans.
Yep.
Blumwinda. I worry about Agres is getting a bit too carried away, but I suppose I can overlook it on this occasion. Yeah, you
Shall we go ahead and do him?
might as well.
We could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to the eye. Clemens, what are you doing?
What's wrong? Oh, first Ochre, now Hori. A passy fancying I could suffer, but this? She's hopeless. Utterly hopeless! Oh no. Oh no. What is Ador up to?
We'll get to it in a minute. Ilfidare?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I heard it all from Alian. So where is she? If I'm to greet the songstress of Ul'dah, I would do so on my feet.
Homie?
To secrete oneself in a ship's hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there's no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating.
Yeah, the bromance between Home and Isildari is just adorable.
Yeah.
Two old men chuckling about us young'uns.
Colton, what are you doing? Why are you folded up here already?
Good question, Colton.
Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search.
In other words, he's just being his... he does say more things.
He does?
Yes.
We must all do our duty, and I am no exception. Our brothers and sisters are counting on us. True, he was one of the quest-marked ones, right?
Ochre.
Huzzah! He is returned. Together, my brother and I shall serve the Scions till the breaking of an 8th dawn.
Aner. Oh my. Decisions. Aner, are you trying to bed both of them and leaving your sister with nothing?
She said she had a decision to make. She's trying to decide which one to go for. I'd be more worried if she wasn't trying to make a decision. That would be going for both.
You're asking like she will make a decision. This is Aner we're talking about.
No, I can't help that part.
Ori.
Ochre, what in the 7 hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you, brother. You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet now that you're here, I sense that you've surpassed me once more. Oh, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies.
Checking Hori again.
Check him. Unexpected but welcome reunion indeed, and a challenge besides. Would not do to be bested by my little brother. Oh no, not after having come so far. Yeah, let's check Kome again. Isildare has the spirit of a man half his age. I imagine his granddaughter often struggled to keep up. And Igmus. Brilliant. Bloody brilliant. Alphino.
There's Alfie.
And there they are at last. Thank the 12.
Nothing like a little homecoming to lift everyone's spirits. Thanks for bringing them back, Frenna, Madonia.
If he may.
We must tell the children at once. They've always been so fond of Hori.
Alian.
When our comrades betrayed us, I feared all was lost. How wrong I was. Ah, Alane, Efime, it fills my heart to see joy. It fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy. What of Higiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. And checking again with
Check Flahaman.
12 be praised. So many are still with us. This is true.
This is about the most crowded we ever see the place.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Kataru.
It's been so long since I've seen them all like this.
Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake.
We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Minfilia, Yida, Papalaimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course.
Steamed staff or sesame cookie?
Skill speed, I'll go for that.
Steamed staff. Not actually a staff, but a dish made from steaming a freshwater fish known as a retribution staff. A long, thin wavekin believed to be the cause of storms.
Checking with Tataru again. It'll all be like it was. Just wait and see. You
Easy.
keep hoping that. Alfie?
The word of the mother. Alphino is eager to return to the search for Minfilia. Thancred and Kryl contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castrum Meridianum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Y'shtola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter.
What are you still doing here? They're waiting for you in Idleshire.
Movie's over, go home!
Yes. So it looks like we'll travel to Idleshire, maybe turn in the unlock for Savage Alexander, and then call it a night.
Great.
At least that's the plan. We're not there yet, though.
So much better. Yeah,
Slight spoiler, for Dawn Trail, which of course we'll be working on Monday with our main.
And we will have a sharp log off time.
Yeah, there will be no waiting around, because tomorrow night is when the maintenance for Savage drops for the new raid, which we are nowhere close.
Nope. Well, considering we haven't even seen a dungeon yet.
Yeah. Well, us taking a week off because we were sick as dogs with COVID has not helped.
No, we wouldn't have gotten very much further even without that, but yeah, that did set us back.
Yeah, I've already told Action that I'm going to have to play catch up with the raid or just skip the
Tier
first
1.
tier. Action's like, no, we'll do catch up with you, and I'm like, I'm not holding my breath.
We'll see.
But one of the things is, at that point in the story, a lot of the different scions have kind of split up and are scattered across the world. And if you know where to look, you can find them. Most of them. Bjolwyn and Agrimith, the two Rogadens, they're in Limsa trying to find a boat to go and try and find the ancestral island of the Rogaden, which will be an interesting quest hook. You can find Ephime working as a bard and tale collector in Garlemald. I don't think I've found Hori and Coltonay yet, but Ochre and Aenor, and I think Clements, are actually in Grodania to study with the Conjurers for a while. The thing is one of the ones that was mentioned in the Great Send-Off was Riol.
Yes.
And that he was trying to catch a boat to the New World.
Which implies he'll turn up in the story at some point.
Right. We have not seen that yet.
Well, we haven't seen the others yet either, and we know they're there. I mean, they're in the cinematic.
Yeah, but...
And we saw scenes ahead of time. Oh boy, is it coming down.
Woohoo! But yeah, we've not seen Hydro Hair of Riol
on, would you?
at the moment. What was that?
Turn your navigation lights on, would you?
Work!
You want another chocobo to run into you?
Work!
Exactly.
So, him and Hori and Coltonay are kind of the MIAs at that point in the story. Red bricks?
Uplander wants to go inside? Is curiosity not sated? Red bricks will give guidance, but beware that giant is sleeping, not dead. And if we go in for this, he is really not sleeping. Thanks to the poetical outpourings of the wandering minstrel, you can now relive your foray into Gordias. No, thank you. I owe us the heck out of Eorzea.
Yeah, we know that the others will show up sooner or later. It's just when and where.
They will all show up at the most dramatically appropriate moments.
Yes. That's for
What
the
is-
next leg of Alexander.
Okay. Which won't be for a little bit, though I guess it will be at the end of 6-2. So we're headed there.
Yep. Slowly but surely. Oh, one of the things that broke on the original release of Alexander Savage, and I've learned this thanks to Larry Zor,
Here.
is that the eye level you needed to defeat the top boss of the tier, the manipulator, was not available at the start of raid release.
Whoop!
You had to gear up through the raid in order to have enough gear to do the manipulator.
Top level raid.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Which means the entire team had to grind the first 3,
Yeah.
including Pepsi Man.
Okay then.
It did not end well. Hello, Yashnola. It is rather less than I'd hoped, though mayhaps I asked too much. Oh dear.
This is Thancred.
Spoiler!
How is Flahammon, by the way? Enchanting as ever, I trust. I shall have to pay my respects when time allows. My apologies. I see I am the last to arrive. So, what news have you for us?
Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of the Ultima Weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presenting pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val. Excuse me. When I believe Heidelin shielded me with the blessing of light.
To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silda aqueducts. There, we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance.
Heidelin, there's no other explanation. But there's more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2, but 3 beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party simply was there, and then was not there. Now, recall your visions of the vast crystal floating in the sea of aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of the gifted subjects suggest that when communicating with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So, let us consider the facts. 1. Heidelin interceded. 2. A third blessing was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Heidelin may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. Are you implying, I take it, that Heidelin guided Mephilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her body and soul unto the ethereal sea? In which case, we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlene construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I do not know where the entrance lies, we need only to ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus.
Master Matoya was keeper of the Anti-Tower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again.
No, we'll petition her aid in a week.
You didn't say when.
Yeah, see you guys in a
But
week.
for now, yes, for now, we're getting out of the rain.
We are totally getting out of the rain. Woohoo! Out of the rain! Oh look, they put food on the table, all waiting for us. Yum!
Food!
With that, we will have to call it a night. We will head off in search of the Anti-Tower next Sunday. For tomorrow, we are definitely back on Theron and Rylea, and hopefully we'll be able to finish the quest there and then fake grain down to the zone before server lockdown.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing it in one night.
Doesn't mean we won't try.
Nope.
With that said, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, glad to have everyone here. Hope to see you tomorrow night at 9